Now we have, more stories coming out of law enforcement that happens to black officers. And I tell people all the time that, a lot of black cops are dealing with it. They're not getting that treatment like the Mzungu. Now they have 3, black women who were formerly detectives with the Kansas City Police Department that filed a lawsuit against the city, for saying they faced discrimination during an internal probe for the failures of the Crimes Against Children unit. So in the 68-page lawsuit that was filed on November the 16th, say Glenise Brown, Latondra Moore, and Tamara Solomon claimed that black female detectives were reprimanded more harshly than their white counterparts in the fallout of the investigation into the unit, which failed to properly investigate dozens of cases of sex crimes against children. Now, they said the lawsuit describes the investigation, which began in 2015, as demonstratively biased and unfair against black female detectives in the department. Don't surprise me. I mean, it's like I said, that's the system that law enforcement was built on. So we know that to be true. So they say the suit claims that officials in the department recommended punishments to black female detectives that consisted of termination or loss of detective status, while Mzungu men in the department were reinstated and could be promoted. That's about right. They say the women's attorney wrote that KCPD supervisors were never recommended for termination, even though it said the department found that most of the unit's issues were caused by mismanagement at the supervisor level. So the supervisor should have been the one getting fired, and yet they still didn't get fired. So the 3 sisters say they were scapegoated and targeted in the aftermath of an investigation into this particular unit. They said that they were paid less than their Mzungu male counterparts. They say although they were saddled with higher caseloads. So the black women was given higher caseloads, and yet they're not getting the pay. But the Mzungus have less cases and they get more pay. Like I said, that's the American way. If you think about this. This is why I'm a firm believer of black people create your own businesses and do for self. I understand you want to be a police officer. That's great. If that's what you want to do, I prefer you to be that police officer in the black community and help your community and volunteer to be there if you're going to be a police officer. But as long as we work for these people, they're never going to pay us fairly. They're just not going to do that. OK, now continuing here. So they say that the women also claim that they were scapegoats in the media as well. They said, and they leaked confidential internal findings to the Kansas City Star. So they put it all on the black women. Then they leak things to the media. Well, yeah, of course, they always leaking something to the media, right? They say the suit also claims that one sergeant who had a file for the black female detectives tampered with the files related to the investigation. In addition, the lawsuit alleged that the captain in internal affairs used racial slurs at work to address his black ex-wife. That's interesting. But, we try to tell some people about those kind of stories, but some people don't listen. And don't email me telling me anything, because all I'm going to do is block your email. I mean, we have this one female, y'all. This anytime I talk about these kind of stories, because they love this zaddy, and I make a mention of something that's happening to black women by these type of men, and always want to email me, telling me we ain't ever coming back. Listen, no black man wants you to come back. Please stay away from black men. Please, no black man wants you. Please stay away from us. Oh, don't say us. I'm not looking for you, but stay away from black men in general who are looking for something. I have to block that fool's email every time, because I'm like, how you go to my new email that I just created telling me something. I ain't talked to you in the other email. Why you talking to me there? Man, that female crazy. I don't deal with crazy women. Anyway, and I suggest you brothers don't deal with them either. So they said during the internal probe, they said which was mishandled. They said it was up to 150 cases, and the sisters were suspended along with 6 other detectives and supervisors. And they said that a total of 17 faced disciplinary action at the conclusion of the investigation. The unit was renamed the Juvenile Section. That's an interesting name. So obviously they was messing up a bunch of cases against children. That's really messed up. But you know what? You can't trust these fools, because a lot of these police, especially those Mzungu ones, be working with traffickers too, to traffic those children, especially children that no one cares about. Oh, like black children. You know, we have all these missing black children all over the place. You remember a while back that we had covered a story out of Chicago, and this one brother had walked up on a cop looking in the side of a window where a young girl was in the restroom, and he caught him outside doing that. Like I said, they do all kind of things out there in black neighborhoods. That's why I'm a firm believer of, you know, black cops should be patrolling the black communities. They shouldn't be just roaming around in our communities like that. But, you know, they got to make sure that they keep themselves in there so they can keep the evil going, the dirt going. You understand? But that particular video in itself, we talked about that many times, and that's another one for a different day. I've said this many times before. The reason why we got a lot of calamity in the black communities is because of those Mzungu cops that's in there. It ain't because of the black ones that's there. But leave me a comment what you think about the situation with these, you know, three sisters. Like I said, I believe them. I mean, because like I said, that's just how these people roll. That's how they get down. They want to throw all the work on black people while the, you know, Mzungus not doing much or nothing, you know, like I'm saying, and they get paid more. It's just very sickening. That's why I say this whole system is turning on itself, and I view that always as a good thing.